Right. Well, good evening, everybody. How many people there? Oh, hello, Liam. Hello, Colin. Hello, Charlotte. You're in like the other room, but I'll say hello anyway. Hello, Leith. And Ali, hello. And anybody else who's joined in, welcome to 42 Guitars. The meaning of life, meaning my life anyway. I thought I'd kick off with first of all this particular little beauty. I hope you can all hear me okay. I see Liam has said something to the tune of I sound like I'm underwater, but I assure you I'm definitely not underwater. No, I'm very much above the water. Anyway, this one is the first of my series of 42 guitars. I thought I'd chat about during this time when we're all stuck indoors and not being able to do a great deal. So I'll begin with this particular Stratocaster. I bought this back in I think 1995. It was one of those things. I think I'd already bought one Fender Strat, and I wanted another one, and I wanted a vintage one, and all I could afford really at that point was a 70s guitar. They were still quite expensive back in 95. and this particular one was hello Jeff. This particular one was in what was it called? I think it was called Carlsborough at the time in Norwich, and it was hanging up on the wall um, for probably about a year, and I kept going in to try out stuff and kept seeing it up on the wall and kept sort of having a go and then thinking, can I afford it? I think it was up initially for a few £100. I mean, it wasn't really expensive. It was about, I think, 400 quid or something like that, hanging on the wall. And it sort of just looked a bit dejected, and no one particularly was interested in it. And I remember a guy used to work there, Muttley, telling me that no one wanted it, and it'd been sat there for ages. And I tried it a few times, and I think after about a year, it still sat there. And I made them an offer, which was, I think it was like a Marshall, a broken Marshall amplifier, and 100 quid, and I ended up taking this home. So basically, it's one of those ones that I've played for a long time. It was my main guitar for ages actually. Probably for a good 10 years. This was the sort of guitar I used most of all, and I think at that time I only had like about sort of 3 guitars, and this was sort of like the one I sort of really used to death. It used to be quite a lot in better nick than this. Basically, it was. I think if you're looking at early photos, most of the finish was still there back in '95. But it basically is the interesting thing about the guitar is that it's the finish is a bit weird. This finish, although it looks like it's worn down to the wood, it's not actually worn down to the wood at all. It's actually a glossy finish. I'm just going to do this because I can't see anybody's comments for some reason. It's not giving me the comments. Who else we got? Hello, James. Thank you very much. It's tasty outside line. We shouldn't be outside these days. We should be staying inside. I shouldn't be doing that. I nicked that joke from Paul Hill. No, I'm not going to play surfing, Richard. I'm not going to play Enter Sandman. Definitely not. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Liam. Sounds like there's a weird wire on your end. Well, I'm hoping that's your end. If anybody else tells me they can hear a weird sound on their end, then I'll try and do something about that. But I don't know if it's my end. Hello, Ollie. Hello, Tim. Tim Green has the exact same guitar. It's not brown anymore, though. What happened to yours, then, Tim? With mine, basically, I was saying the finish is actually it's a gloss finish, but this brown gungy stuff is actually over the top of that finish. So I could technically take all this brown finish off and end up with a guitar that was almost completely perfect. I'll get it closer so you can see what's going on. See that edge there? You can see that there's actually a lovely gloss finish just there, and all this sort of purry brown stuff is quite sticky and sort of wears off after a time. So it's sort of over the years, it's worn away quite seriously, especially on that corner, but also sort of, let's see, down here where my hand ends up at the top of the neck. See, there's a lot of wear there as well. And I've done really sort of silly things with this over the years as well. Ended up being very stupid and rubbing the finish off the back of the neck. So there's actually no finish from about here all the way down to there, which is very stupid of me. But this was some time ago, to be fair. Oh, hello, Kev. How you doing from Zante? I must go back to Zante at some point. Hello, Sam. Hello, Senna. Hi, Jack. Jack can hear me fine, Liam. So I think you need to take the wire off your laptop. Jeff, do you say shucks? You've missed it. I haven't started yet. I've only just started. Tony. Hello, Tony. Hello. Who else? James. James. Yeah. I didn't realize yours was a good weight. This is really heavy, actually. But the neck's good. And Charlotte saying no wire here either. Thank you, Charlotte. Just yeah, I know that feeling. Right. James, you would burn well, or it would burn well? Yeah, I actually sort of thought the official catalogue sound was shit brown, not poo brown, but there you go. I think different people interpret it differently. Right, where was I? So what else about this guitar? So I've had this refretted. Oh, Lily, You're in the bath? Oh, right, okay. No, I can see you in the bath there, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'd turn that camera off now if I were you. So I had this refretted by it originally came with a sort of it was with the original frets, and they were vintage frets, so little ones, and I don't sort of play very well with little frets. So I had it refretted by a good friend of mine who's sadly passed. Rest in peace, Dave Roper, who refretted a lot of my guitars. Refretted this for me. So that was good. This guitar's been from a lot of changes, and at the moment I've actually got different pickups. In fact, the whole scratch plate and all the pickups and everything is different in the guitar. It's not the originals. I actually at the moment have a set of quarter pounders that Ollie is world safe at the moment. He's kindly lent me. I think I might buy them off him now because they're very fat sounding. But if you can see in there, there's a set of quarter pounders in at the moment. Although I do have the originals. In fact, I have the originals just here. So there's the original scratch plate. That's the Fender scratch plate. Let me look on the back there. I'll see if I can get this the right way up. So there's my original one with this. Actually, he's got the serial number of the guitar stickered on the inside. And those are the original, I think the original pickups. Yeah, all the original pickups in there. Dated from 1977. And the pots, or one of the pots, the volume pot broke, unfortunately. But the rest of them are from 1977, I think. It came, actually, this is how it came, with a broken knob on the bottom. So who was it was talking to? It was sent me a message earlier. Someone said something about that they thought that might be theirs. I've totally forgotten. I'll have a look. I'll have a look in a bit. But basically, someone said they thought it might be their guitar. Who was it? Where are you? Around somewhere. Oh, Robert Fleming. There you go. Robert. So if that gives you a clue whether that used to be yours, it came with this broken tone knob. So it never had a bottom tone knob. It was just that. And everyone used to think it was a switch and asked me what the switch did. But unfortunately, it's just a broken knob. So it's unfortunate, but it's, I don't know, I quite like it. I'll probably put these back in at some point, which I normally do. I've changed pretty much everything on the guitar at some point. The bridge has been changed, but I put the original back in again. And it's just sort of mucking about with it. So what I really like about these 70s guitars is this finish. They used to finish the headstock with nitrocellulose and then the rest of it with polyester in the late 70s. So it's basically, if you look on the edge of it, anyone who's interested, I know I am, it basically sort of goes from being quite orangey on the headstock to fairly sort of light on the rest of it. I'll hold it like that, see if you could see it. Yeah, there you go. Look, you see that odd shape where the cellulose paint has gone down into the headstock. And I think it's cool. Bunch of broken knobs. Yeah, I totally agree. A slice of wolf in sheep's clothes. Got requests now, have we? I remember that one. How's that for you, Sam? That was a wolf in sheep's clothes riff. What else are you guys saying? I am practicing social isolation. I have I've done that my entire life, to be fair. Hello, Mandy. I will give you a tune. It was a tune at the start. I'll do some playing in a bit. What? The only way to decorate? I'm not sure what you mean there. More distortion. Yeah, that was a funny one. Had a gig at the California Tavern. And obviously we do blues. And some guy at the end just said it was all good, but more distortion. So I've learned from that. Now I use as much distortion as possible all the time. Hello, Tom. At the moment, actually, just in case you're interested, I'm going through a King of Blues pedal by Tone City, which was I got from Mark Howes a while back. Pretty nice for sort of a clean overdrive. That's the Engine B, apparently they call it. So a few things about this guitar. The pickups, what I've done at the moment, now I've got the Liam Hardy guitar. Sounds less weird now that the backing track isn't playing. Oh, okay. I'm running through as I've just said, King of Blues pedal into it, an RK5, just like an amp C. These pickups from Ollie actually sort of really, really fat pickups. I mean, they're not typical Strat pickups. Anyone who's used quarter pounders will know that they're pretty sort of overwound. So they're about, I think about sort of 14, 15K. So they're really powerful. So they're quite nice for so that big sort of Texas sound. But weird about this wiring I've got at the moment is other than the pickups themselves, I bought a Strat a little while ago that had the scratch plate was like fitted with like volume, the normal stuff, volume tone and everything, but it had like a sort of a pull switch on the volume that gave you the back pickup. I think back pickup, yeah, that's it, or front pickup. I think no, actually, I think it gives you the front pickup. So basically, it's a pull switch on here, so it's the volume control. If I pull on that, it gives you, I think, the front pickup in every selection. So basically, it's just normally wired like this. It's obviously the standard front pickup. And then back pickup. And when you pull up that volume, obviously same on the front, same on that one. When you put it on there, middle pickup and the back and middle and the back, you get the front one as well. So if I put it on the back pickup, you get like a Telecaster sound, basically front and back. And I really like that because obviously you can get that telly sound with the Strat. And I like a telly. But obviously it also gives you all three at the same time. I don't really like that sound, to be fair. All three at the same time, just a bit, gets a bit boingy, to be honest. Right, let's read some of these. Thank you, Ollie. I'm glad you like the sound. Liam, getting one of what you mean what do you mean? The King of Blues pedal? Do you mean if you mean that, then I would say yes, definitely. I'd recommend it. It's a nice cheap pedal. Sam, definitely better audio quality without the backing track. Maybe it's because I've got the microphone on, but we'll get there somehow. Yeah, I agree, Ollie. Blend port or switch. I like the idea that you can get more than just the sort of normal Strat sounds. I actually use the telly sound more than I would ever use the bridge and middle, which is quite nice. Yeah, no, I think that's true, Tim. You know, I like the idea that you can get between sounds pretty quickly. It's a bit fiddly, I have to say, on a Strat thing, because it's quite hard to sort of get that volume up and down Oh, I'm being watched on the big screen, apparently. I hope you enjoy that, Sarah. Yes, Liam. Yeah, the King of Blues pedal. It's not an expensive pedal at all, but I actually think it's really, really nice. I'm liking it at the moment. It easily stands up to some of the more expensive pedals I've got. Ollie, like to swap the end tone for a blend? Yeah, no, yeah. The thing is with the end tone is I like the idea of having a separate tone for the bridge. And what I always do in all of my strats is I put a tone control on the bridge and put, what do I do? It depends on which guitar I've wired up, to be fair. But I like to have the tone control here, the middle tone, well, if you like, the front tone pot, operating the front pickup and the middle pickup, and then the back pickup is running from the back tone control, if you like, because I like to sort of leave it at somewhere. Because on all my strats, I think it's really, really important that you can take a bit of that top off. Pascal, can I play a Hendrix intro? I don't know. It depends on which one you want, I suppose. That's a bit Hey Joe, or you could have There's a couple of intros for you, Pascal. Hope you enjoyed that. Ollie, and you get the wow effect. Yeah, I suppose you do. That's a good point. You mean this one where you get this turn the front tone down? Oh, I must have gone off. I tell you, I forget how I've got all these ones wide, but apparently I think I must have had a wire loose there. That sounds like it's not actually connected to the front one. But I know what you mean. It's the old the Batman theme tune. That's an easy one. I like doing requests. Did you enjoy that? I should have. Shouldn't we wearing that? It's my actual costume. Now people know who I am. Right. Yes. Okay. You go and watch the Boris announcement, Liam. Yeah. Let me know. I think we might not be going out for a while, so I think you'll be able to catch up at some point. Yeah. Nice one. Thank you. Well, that's very kind, Jack. I shouldn't point it to anyone if you fancy donating to the cause of poor musicians who are stuck in their houses and can't go out and gig. There's a PayPal link, and if you want to get something for your money rather than just watching me burble, then you could actually watch. You could actually buy a CD, which would be pretty cool. The website's on there, so if you want to buy a CD, that would be great. Right, let's have a look. No problem, Pascal. If I know something, I will play it. Sorry, Mandy, I don't know. I don't know Angel. I sort of vaguely know it, but it's not one of the ones I'm that familiar with. Right, if I missed anybody. Wild Cherry. Simon Rudd wants Wild Cherry. And rappers I don't Rapper's Delight. Okay, here we go. There you go. Rapper's Delight. It's been a while. There you go then, Simon. Hope you enjoyed that one. Do I know Mustang Sally? Yes, you hum it. I'll come around and kill you. Although I'm not allowed out, probably. Awesome, exciting. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Your Charlotte is in the other room reminding me of things to say. Some exciting lessons on the website. Very exciting. Or, of course, you could come and have some not in person, but you could have some live lessons with me via the webcam. So that would be great if you want to do that. Start to do some Skype lessons, or indeed any kind of Wayne Ellis wants to jump in my car. You know, I can't. I think I can remember that one is. And that's probably it for now. Scuttle button. Well, it's been a while. How's that go? And so that's scuttle button. How's that, Jerry Lee? I could do the whole lot, but I'll probably do that at some other time. What I'm probably going to do now is I'm going to play you a song so you can hear the guitar in all its glory, unless anyone's got any more questions about it. I'm not playing Gay Bar. Definitely not going to play Gay Bar. That's not going to happen. But Wayne, if I know that if you want to experience the Gay Bar, not that you haven't been in a few, but yeah, if you want to do that, you can just play it at home. How's that? Right, I'm going to play an instrumental version of I Ain't Leaving. And if you hang on, I might even teach you a little bit of a lick out of it at the end, if you want. Sam, has your preference for string gauge on that guitar changed over the years? Yes, definitely. I think by the time I got this guitar, I was like heavily into Stevie Ray, and so this would have probably had 11s or 12s on it. Actually, funny enough, you did say that. I bought a guitar. I bought another 70 Strat. Basically, that that I sort of bought as a backup. Funnily enough, I mentioned earlier about cleaning all the finish off this to end up with a guitar that was like completely out of completely natural finish. And it just so happens that here is that guitar. So this is a 79, which was pretty much, if you like, a very, very good Nick version of the Brown guitar. It's almost exactly the same, the neck size, apart from the fact that it's a hardtail, so there's no tremolo, and it weighs an absolute ton, but it's in fantastic nick. It's one I've never really messed with. I don't think I've even had the scratch plate off. So it's incredibly good for a 79. It's in wonderful nick. You can probably see the fact this is very, very small amount of checking on it, and it's beautiful, but it's really heavy. Really, I mean, this literally weighs the same as a wet Labrador. So I don't think I've ever done a gig with that guitar because it's so heavy. This is heavy, but it's definitely not heavy as that one. But back to string gauge, yeah, this would have had 12s on it. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. That's really kind of you. I am answering questions. Really nice. Anyway, but yeah, there was 12s on it, but I've got 10s on it now, so I've gone down to sort of like lighter strings over the years. So I won't go on about it, Charlotte. From 12s, I went down to like 11s, and then 10.5s and 10s, and occasionally sort of use 9s on various guitars. But to be honest, 10s are really, they suit this one quite well. Right. Anything else I can tell you about the guitar? 5 springs in the back. I don't use the tremolo because it makes it go out of tune really badly. The neck on the 70s guitars were always notoriously sort of wobbly with a 3-bolt neck. So I always, with the 3-bolt neck, I always get rid of that, the microtill, and don't use it at all. And I've got sort of, how can I put it? There's a shim in the neck with sandpaper on it and glue so it does not move at all. Probably not the best way of doing that, but that's what I came up with in order to for the neck not to move around. It used to, if I was playing really hard and I sort of like and knocked it, it would knock the neck out of alignment and go out of tune. So I had to do that. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I've done with this is I tried to put dummy coil into it, which cuts out the feed, cuts out the 60 cycle hum, which was an idea that I think Pensacola used in their guitars. After that, I thought of it first. Probably didn't, to be fair. Right, so I'm going to play I Ain't Leaving from my album Better Side. Again, if you want to buy Better Side, it's for sale. I'm going to play this, and if I've still got time, or not, if everybody isn't watching Boris make his speech at the end, then I will do a little lick from the song, if anybody's watching. You've got nines on your Strat. I don't know, nines feel a bit weird on a Strat to me. I don't mind nines on other guitars, but they seem a bit plinky, something like that. Right, here we go. I leave in. And at the moment, that one is the guitar's through a Seymour Duncan 805 pedal, if you like the sound. Very much like a tube screamer. Here we go. Well, that was I Ain't Leaving, or at least the music of I Ain't Leaving. I normally sing that one. Right. Let's have a look, see if anyone's seen anything. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Did you like that, Sam? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Right. Let's have a quick look. So, right. I'll do a little lick, I think, just for the end, if you'd like that. Basically, in that song, in I Ain't Leaving, it's sort of a glorified 12 bar. And the progression is just like a 12 bar. And then it goes to the 4, to the D. And what I like to do just before I go to the D, the first 4 chord in the progression, is just do a little bit of a diminished run. So I'm going to show you, if you like, a little diminished run in to go from the A to the D. And I always like this little run that goes. So you end up on the D from there. So you can play what you like. And then when you get to there, you go. So it's just basically running down a half tone, whole tone. One more time. I'll let you do the little trill at the beginning, but it's basically just this scale. Do that once more. And then from there, I'll just show you it, I think, if I can get it right. In the middle of it. And there it is, a little diminished run for you. To get you to that 4 chord. Right. Oh, thank you, Sheila. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Pascal. If you like that riff. Right, well, I'll be back another day with another one of my 42 guitars, discussing the meaning of life. If you have any questions or anything that you want to know or the guitars, I'll try and put a post up basically saying what the next one that I've decided to do. I'll probably pick something that isn't a Strat or a Tele for next time, but there's a lot of Fender stuff there, so if you like Fenders, definitely tune in. Right, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you for making comments, and let me know any feedback, what you'd like to see, whether the sound was okay, and of course, if you want to donate, buy CDs or have some lessons or get some lessons off the site, then that would be fantastic. Right, bye bye.